What do Attack on Titan, Death Note, Avatar The Last Airbender, Dragon Ball, and Full Metal Alchemist have in common, other than the fact that they're all animes? They all have terrible live-action adaptations. Live-action anime adaptations are usually pretty bad, with some exceptions, but for the most part, they fall flat.
Unless you're Pokémon. Say what you will about the Detective Pikachu movie, but it was widely successful. So successful, in fact, that Netflix has picked up the rights to make a live-action Pokémon TV show. And that's where we come in. We've been waiting for something that looks like a Pokémon live-action TV show for a while now, and we have some thoughts. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning. Join us as we discuss what a live-action Pokémon TV show could look like if it was made by us.
So here's everything we know so far about the Netflix live-action Pokémon TV show. Netflix is making a live-action Pokémon TV show.
So something to keep in mind as we talk about our pitch is that we're not actually making this TV show. We're not qualified to make any claims that our pitch would be better than what Netflix produces. Making a TV show takes a lot of work and effort, and there's a lot that goes into it. We're only talking about conceptually what this show would look like if Thunder and Lightning were given creative freedom. For starters, we're calling this show Pokémon Dark Horse. Not a literal dark horse, but the figurative form of dark horse. As in, someone who shows little potential, but ends up being more formidable than previously assumed. We're going to cover the entirety of Season 1, consisting of 12 episodes.
Anything based off of Pokemon needs a few things. It needs a main character, the Pokemon they have, and the region they live in. So allow us to introduce you to Anna and her Pokemon, Emolga. For the sake of visuals for this video, Anna will be portrayed by Haley Steinfeld. Rather than using a pre-existing region, we've decided to create our own. Anna lives in the Tenchi region, which is based off of real-world Los Angeles. We chose Los Angeles because the more research we did, the more we realized Los Angeles is basically already your standard Pokemon region. It's got canyons, it's got a desert, it's coastal, and not to mention it's got one of the world's most famous forests.
Anna attends Evolution Academy in the town of Silverwood, a parallel to the real-life Hollywood. Despite its name, it's a normal college prep school, not a school that teaches you how to battle Pokemon. She's currently staying with her grandmother while she attends school. Her parents are back in Unova in her hometown of Burbank City. Anna wants to be a great Pokemon trainer. The problem is, she just isn't, which is where episode 1 picks up.
We join Anna in school, currently on her lunch break and trying to get some homework done when she's interrupted by the bully, Olivia, and her Eevee. After a bit of negging, Olivia challenges Anna to a Pokemon battle and she accepts. We think it's important that we get right into the action. Our goal is at least one battle per episode, and we need to establish early on that Anna isn't a very skilled trainer. Emolga vs. Eevee seems like an open and shut win for Anna, except Olivia starts to cheat and calls in 3 of her friends. Now it's 4-on-1. One of the other girls, Tanya, has a knock towel, which won't be important until later. Before the scene ends, we see a man in the distance who's been watching the happenings the entire time.
4v1 is bad news, so Anna retreats before something bad happens. On her way home, we see her looking at details for the upcoming Pokemon tournament, being held in the heart of Lost Stratalax City. Not looking where she's going, she bumps into the man from earlier. At first, he seems like a shady character, but through conversation you learn that he's actually a Pokemon professor who goes by the name of Maple. Professor Maple tells her he saw her fight earlier. He sees potential in her and that he wants to train her. She's hesitant and doesn't quite agree, but he gives her the address to his lab anyways.
We see her at her house contemplating going to see him tomorrow, and it's a commercial for the Lost Stratalax tournament that pushes her over the edge. The next day, after school, she does in fact head over to his lab. She tells him she's only visiting, and he begins to give her a tour of the facilities. She asks him why he chose her, and he gives a vague answer about being the best trainer one can be. After touring the entire property, they have a conversation about potential that ends with her agreeing to come back and train. And that's episode 1. Just wanted to say real quick that not every episode will be as detailed of an explanation. We're just establishing characters and settings.
Episode 2 starts with Anna already at Maple's lab. He then introduces her to his team of Pokemon. The Pokemon that she's going to be training with. Metachamp, Gengar, and Centiskorch. These 3 Pokemon, along with Professor Maple, spend the next 2.25 episodes training with Anna. Anna's current goal is beating Olivia and her friends at a Pokemon battle. She's not currently focused on the tournament, but she does at some point tell Maple that she'd be interested in competing if she got skilled enough.
Anna also has a conversation about a specific Pokemon that she's always had an eye on. The fierce and powerful bear Pokemon Ursaring, who live in Cherry Trunk Forest up north. Anna believes that if she had a Pokemon that powerful, she'd never be bullied again. Maple tells her that it's not the power of a given Pokemon that she should concern herself with, rather the relationship between trainer and Pokemon. Whether or not they make a good team should determine the outcome.
Which brings us to episode 4, the rematch with Olivia. Anna says even though she feels stronger, she still only has 1 Pokemon. To which Maple says, "No, I think you actually have 4. And motions to Medicham, Gengar, and Centiskorch. Olivia, on the other hand, has since evolved Eevee into Sylveon. For the most part, the fight goes smoothly. Anna looks like she's about to lose right at the end, but clutches out a win at the last second.
Between the end of this episode and the beginning of next episode, Maple is going to reveal that he entered Anna into a small local tournament to further test her capabilities. But unknown to Anna and possibly the audience, this local tournament is actually a regional qualifier for the Los Stratalax tournament Anna mentioned earlier in the season.
Episode 5 takes place on Squirtle Beach, where the first tournament qualifier is being held. Despite it sounding like Myrtle Beach, it's actually based off of Muscle Beach. So all the trainers are going to be bodybuilders who have a fighting type Pokemon. Between Medicham and Gengar, Anna has an easier time winning than she thought she would. And after the qualifier, Maple brings up another local tournament / secret qualifier, this time located in Cherry Trunk Forest. Anna doesn't hesitate, as Cherry Trunk Forest is where Ursaring is.
Not too many curveballs in episode 6. The trainers at Cherry Trunk Forest have a lot of bug and grass type trainers, which are no match for Centiskorch. Centiskorch does, however, get taken out by a particularly strong Honchkrow that takes the combined power of Gengar and Emolga to take down. And just like that, in 6 episodes, Anna has gone from a less-than-average Pokemon trainer to a 2-time regional qualifier tournament champion.
The next episode is entirely focused on catching an Ursaring. This show has a heavy focus on training and battling, so we think an episode break in the action to focus on catching a Pokemon is a good idea. Ursaring, however, is not, in fact, an easy Pokemon to catch. Anna, Maple, and their 4 Pokemon spend an entire episode trying to hunt down and catch an Ursaring. And just when you think she's caught one, she's caught a Teddiursa. With the addition of Teddiursa, that brings her total number of Pokemon up to 5. We get a group shot of her and her Pokemon right before Maple reveals that she's officially qualified for the Los Stratalax tournament.
At the start of episode 8, we're already in Los Stratalax City. In between sightseeing and signing up for the tournament, Anna makes a new friend in the form of Lizzy and her Butterfree. The tournament is going to be one-on-one battles with each trainer allowed 3 Pokemon. The tournament is housed in a battle tower, a skyscraper with each floor having a different arena, themed after a different biome. Before the episode ends, we find out that in round 1, Anna is going to be facing off against her new friend, Lizzy.
The rest of the season is going to be this tournament. In episode 9 is the battle with Lizzy. Lizzy wins the coin toss and picks the forest biome. The first Pokemon she sends out is Butterfree. Centiskorch easily takes care of Butterfree, but is equally matched against Lizzy's Ludicole. Bug beats grass, but water beats fire. This battle is a stalemate, as we see both Pokemon take each other out. It's 2-1 Anna, and as neither trainer knows what the other will choose, Anna throws out Emolga, and Lizzy throws out her last Pokemon, Infernape. Infernape uses his advantage over the terrain to get the win over Emolga, but not without Emolga delivering a couple of direct hits. Anna calls out Medicham to finish the job, and there goes the battle. There's of course no hard feelings as Lizzy joins the audience to cheer on Anna.
Episode 10 is Battle 2, and it's with a familiar face. Tanya, Olivia's friend from earlier in the season, and her Noctowl companion. Anna once again loses the coin toss, and Tanya picks the Ice Arena. The first Pokemon she calls out is a Pancham. Severely underestimating this Pancham, Anna calls out Teddiursa, the battle of the cute, foot-tall bear Pokemon. Ultimately, Teddiursa loses and Anna calls out Gengar, which is another not very smart decision. Even though Pancham is fighting and Gengar is Ghost, Pancham is also Dark-type. But her decision seems to be a sound one, as Gengar is skilled enough, quick enough, and, let's be honest, evolved enough to squeak out the win. Tanya's next Pokemon is Noctowl, so Anna benches Gengar and calls out Emolga. Emolga manages to take care of Noctowl handedly, and we finally see why Tanya picked an Ice Arena. Her final Pokemon is a Alolan Ninetales. Having already used 3 Pokemon, Anna can't rely on Centiskorch for the easy win against Ninetales, and it's up to the combined efforts of Gengar and Emolga to take it down, which they just barely do.
Preparations for the third battle, the actual third battle, in the season wrap-up are all going to take place over episodes 11 and 12. Anna is now in the finals, which takes place on the roof of the tower, and her opponent is a boy named Chris. Anna doesn't recognize him, but Professor Maple immediately does, because Maple reveals that Chris is his former student, the person he trained before her. We learn that they have a rocky relationship, as it's revealed that Chris left Maple's teachings over differences between student and master, but we don't find out what they were. Also, just a quick side note, we call this character Chris, not after my real name, but as a reference to the ongoing joke that there's way too many actors in Hollywood named Chris.
The roof has a completely neutral terrain. No gimmicks, no advantages, just a plain old Pokemon stadium. Anna, more nervous than she's been all season, takes a deep breath before turning and facing her opponent. Chris's first Pokemon is Steelix, all but forcing Anna to choose Centiskorch. This should be another equal match stalemate like with Ludicolo, Fire vs. Steel and Bug vs. Rock. But Chris's Steelix is just too powerful. Centiskorch puts up a fight, but meets its end as Chris's Steelix manages to smash a hole in the roof, aka the floor. Medicham just barely finishes off Steelix, and Chris calls out his Charizard.
Medicham goes all in, releasing a slew of psychic attacks. Just when it looks like things might be headed in Anna's favor, Chris reaches for the lapel of his jacket, activates the charm he finds there, and Charizard Mega Evolves. An unforeseen outcome as Professor Maple's expression turns into one of defeat. Mega Charizard X defeats Medicham without question, before letting out a roar that echoes throughout the entirety of Lost Stratalax City. It then takes to the sky, leaving Anna almost no choice but to pursue with Emolga. Emolga tries its hardest to put up as good of a fight as it can, but it's absolutely no match for Mega Charizard X. Anna loses, and we never see Chris's final Pokemon.
After the award ceremony, the season wraps up with a scene between Anna, Lizzy, and Maple. Maple says something along the lines of, "Defeat isn't the end, we just have to keep pushing." Lizzy congratulates Anna on second place and suggests using the prize money for a night on the town in Low Stratalax City. We then see Chris looking at his first place trophy and prize money, clearly unsatisfied with the tournament outcome for some reason. He then looks over to a picture that he has on his desk. The picture is revealed to the audience, and it's a picture of him and Professor Maple. You can see the two of them standing with Professor Maple's 3 Pokemon. You can see Onix, you can see a Charmeleon, but part of the picture is a little blurry. There's some other something, some sort of Pokemon in the background of the picture, but you can't really tell who it is. And then we get the final credit sequence, and that's a wrap on Season 1 of Pokémon Dark Horse. Thank you for listening and watching, and if you like what you see, please be sure to subscribe.
Our channel is daily uploads from podcasts to video essays, let's plays to skits.
Be sure to find us on Twitch and Patreon.
Our theme song is Sunny Day by Froggy and the Friendship, and our Let's Play intro is Sunny Bit by the same band.
Link to all these in the description below. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.